It was a quiet night in the small town of Maplewood, the kind of night where nothing ever happens. But that all changed when Emily Davis disappeared without a trace. She was just 14 years old. One moment she was walking home from her best friend's house, and the next she was gone. The town was left to unravel the terrifying mystery that still haunts its residents to this day. Emily Davis was an ordinary teenager. She was well-liked by her peers, excelled in school, and was known for her warm smile and kindness. She lived with her parents and younger brother in a modest home on Oak Street, just a few blocks from Maplewood High School. It was a safe neighborhood, the kind where everyone knew everyone, and nothing bad ever seemed to happen. But on the night of October 12th, everything changed. Emily had spent the evening at her best friend Sarah's house, just a short walk from her own. They had been working on a school project, laughing and chatting as they always did. When it was time to go home, Emily left around 9 p.m., waving goodbye to Sarah before heading down the familiar path toward her house. Emily never made it home that night, her parents, growing increasingly worried when she hadn't returned by 9:30 p.m., began calling her phone, but there was no answer. At first they thought maybe she had lost track of time, but when 10 p.m. came and went, they knew something was wrong. By 11 p.m., the entire town was on high alert. A search party was quickly organized, with volunteers scouring the streets, woods, and even the local river. The police were called in, but despite their best efforts, there was no sign of Emily. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. As the days turned into weeks, the town became gripped with fear and paranoia. Rumors began to swirl. Some believed Emily had run away. Others thought she had been kidnapped, and there were even whispers of something more sinister lurking in the shadows. The police interviewed everyone in the neighborhood, including Sarah, who was the last person to see Emily. Sarah recounted their evening, insisting that Emily had left her house around 9 p.m. and seemed completely normal, happy even. But beyond that, there were no leads, no clues, and no suspects. Then a month after Emily's disappearance, something strange happened. A local farmer named Mr. Thompson was walking through his fields when he stumbled upon something odd. A single shoe partially buried in the dirt. It was Emily's shoe, the same one she had been wearing the night she disappeared. The shoe was found several miles from where Emily was last seen, in a part of town that was rarely visited. This discovery reignited the search, and for a moment, it seemed like they were close to finding her. But once again, the trail went cold. As the years passed, the town of Maplewood slowly returned to normal, but the mystery of Emily Davis's disappearance was never forgotten. Some residents believed she had met a tragic end, while others held on to hope that she was still out there somewhere, waiting to be found. Then, on the 5th anniversary of her disappearance, something incredible happened. A man named Robert Jenkins, a former resident of Maplewood who had moved away shortly after Emily's disappearance, confessed to the crime. Jenkins had been a drifter with a troubled past, and his confession shocked the town. He claimed that he had been driving through Maplewood on the night of October 12th and had accidentally hit Emily with his car. Panicking, he had taken her to a remote area and buried her body, hoping that no one would ever find out. But when the police investigated his claims, they found inconsistencies in his story. There was no evidence to support his confession, and many believed he was simply seeking attention. To this day, the mystery of Emily Davis remains unsolved. Her family never gave up hope, but as the years passed, they were forced to accept that they might never know what happened to their daughter. Maplewood, once a peaceful and quiet town, is now haunted by the memory of Emily's disappearance. A reminder that even the safest places can hold dark secrets. And so the question lingers. What really happened to Emily Davis on that fateful night? Was it a tragic accident, a calculated crime, or something far more sinister? Perhaps we'll never know, but one thing is certain, the story of Emily Davis will continue to haunt Maplewood for generations to come.